Greetings, Exalted Ones. My name is Dash, and today I wanted to talk with you guys one-on-one about the Han Solo movie's directors, Miller and Lord, being dropped officially by Lucasfilm. So they've been fired. Lucasfilm has released this press statement on StarWars.com saying differences in creative direction. So we at least know why it has happened. I wanted to explore that, talk about the future of the film. It's always been kind of a strange choice because Harrison Ford is obviously one of the most beloved. I mean, he's top 3 for anybody of Star Wars characters, and for him to be, spoiler alert, killed off in Force Awakens, and then we go back and see his origins. I don't know if they were like, you know what? People miss Han already, let's get a Han story in, but they miss Han because of Harrison Ford as well, you know, so that can upset people even further, knowing that he's gone in the saga, but let's have a look at a young him that may or may not meet expectations, which are super high. So there's a lot riding on this film innately, but the fact the 2 directors were fired, I was like, oh, you know, because I didn't expect them to leave. If they left of their own volition, that would be even worse. And the reason why I say this is that working on a Star Wars film, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that it's any director's dream. Nobody walks away from that unless it would ruin your career or hurt your reputation. It's a Star Wars film. It's everybody's dream to put their name against that, to see, you know, your name under Star Wars. Beautiful. So when I found out they were fired, I was like, that makes more sense, but it makes me less worried about it, funnily enough, and here's why. So if they left, I'd be like, this is not easy to save. This is like the Batman film with Ben Affleck, when Ben Affleck was like, I'll still act in it, but I don't know about directing. That had me worried, right? This is what I think has happened, because Variety's talked about it. If you look at that article, they were like, oh, Kathleen Kennedy is on set with this film and she's much more hands-on. And she's trying to push the creative direction in this way, and these guys are going in this way. Her direction, as far as being speculated, is it's more of a cowboy, a western, which I love. I think that if you're going to carry a Han Solo film, that's where you want to go, you know? He's a smuggler, and he's living life on the seat of his pants, or seeming, I don't know what they're saying he's going like, but he's a real rogue. I want to see that. I want it to be badass. Now, the guys, Miller and Lord, who've done 21 Jump Street to 22 and Lego Movie, are known for comedy. They get Donald Glover as Lando. You can see that he would carry the comedy, and they might go too lighthearted. So if you got more of a comedy in this direction and they want more of a grounded western roguish thing with 30% comedy peppered in, you can see how that wouldn't really align. So that makes sense to me. But also, I mean, they're already talking reshoots, right? Rogue One had 40% reshoots. Now, that's not a slight at Gareth Edwards. The movie was brilliant. I would like to see the first cut. That would be amazing. We're never going to see it. But Force Awakens did pretty well. They obviously were like, Rogue One's either going to go up or down, but we don't know. But I'm sure that when they showed Kathleen Kennedy the final product of Rogue One and the creative team, and they were like, we need to change 40% of this film, the next thought for Han Solo would be, we need to creatively keep a tighter grip on this because we don't want to reshoot 40%. Stakeholders get upset, lots of money. It could, like, nobody wants that. So, I mean, you've got Miller and Lord's vision. They've hired their own cast and, you know, everybody's happy with it. And then suddenly it's going too comedy off the rails. Kennedy's come in and stepped in now versus end product when they're like, we have to do 40% reshoots. So I understand that. I think that in and of itself is good. People are speculating Ron Howard as a director, who is amazing himself, but, you know, schedule conflicts, and I don't see like a big comedy coming from him. I'm going to need an update from you guys from the body of work. I know that he's a stellar director, but I kind of liked the idea of this lighthearted Han Solo. But like I said, Han Solo is a character that, if you don't live up to the freaking Harrison Ford expectations, you're cooked already. So them going in that direction of funny smuggler, lovable pirate is good. But also, I'm kind of happy if it went more Western, because people didn't like when the digital releases came in and it kind of watered down Han. Because Han had to shoot first. It was life or death. It was a Western. He didn't have the Force. He lived by his wit, his gun on his side, and a big-ass Wookiee as well, and the Falcon. That's what I want to see. The gambling, smuggling, little rogue pirate, how he earned those stripes way more. And I don't want him to be like high-fiving Donald Glover as Lando and being like frat party Solo. For if you don't know, in the expanded universe, he went to the Imperial Academy and he blew up like a moon on one of the Imperial Academy worlds, like a bad 80s freaking frat boy movie, like damn you Solo. Like, so that is the last thing that well, actually it would be pretty funny, but we don't want to see that. We want to see, I think, funny, maybe keep the percentile down, but how he came to be so jaded, how, you know, he didn't want to help the rebellion at the start, he was very selfish. These things happen to you. And what was his name? Is it Shrike, that his handler, Woody Harrelson's character? You know, if he does some jacked up stuff to him as a boy, the Oliver Twist type orphan style telling, you know, that mentally, I want it fleshed out Han Solo where I can attach to the character. If they went too comedy, you're already pushing for Harrison Ford version. But Harrison Ford is funny, but he's so serious with the character, and it's all about the story and the dialogue that it's the character's quirks, natural quirks that make it funny versus punchlines. You know, Han Solo, I don't think means to be funny when he squeals when he sees stormtroopers and shoots at them. He doesn't mean to be funny. He doesn't deliver punchlines. He's just funny because he takes himself seriously. He's not that bright in some situations, but he's also got the charisma and charm and that smuggler's luck that we love. And so I haven't lost hope at all. I just hope they get a good director, and that the vision that Kathleen Kennedy has is, you know, I don't want to say darker because everybody complains, but more of a mature, solemn, this is what life is like in Star Wars. You step into wild space, the Outer Rim, working with Hutts. This is their world, and it's not all birds and bees and flowers and trees. You're not going to have a fun time, and it's not going to be a party. It's rough, and having that luck and just getting away, the adventure that they can tell, the story, the places that they can go is what's going to make it amazing. But beauty of this video, it is just the start of the discussion. Our love for Star Wars surrounds and it binds us together. I don't know exactly. I want to hear from you because, you know, this is why I do this. I'm talking in a hotel room. It's because I want to hear what you want from a Han Solo movie and if there's anything else that I have missed. And I do want to apologize that your feed has been inundated, you know, with my videos. That was an absolute accident. The last thing I want to do is spam you and then slam dunk with another video at the end of the day. I just thought that this was important for us to discuss because if you love Star Wars, I want to talk to you about it. It's as simple as that, my friends.